For each loop, using for each loop, we were retrieving one by one the files from the given array and we printed it here. We have written like this: for string str files, then system.out.println str. So one by one we have retrieved here the file name, then we print here. This is basically a for each loop. We can use for each loop, and here in this, to retrieve the file names we are using. Similarly, second time also we are using here for each loop, but this time to find out the file type, whether it is directory file or ordinary file, we are trying to print here. So try to run once again this. It's going to list for us this way. First of all, it's listing all the file names. In the second time, it's printing even along with the file name, whether that is a directory file or it is a normal file. So we used here a for each loop. With help of for each loop, we could do like this. So this was about actually the loops. We saw three different types of loops. One is while loop, then other one is do while loop, then one for loop. One more thing is going to be here for each loop. So like this, we had total 4 different types of loops: while, do while, and for. We can use with the primitive variables also, but in the case of for each, we can use them with the collections as well as with the arrays. Okay, so like this, we have seen how the loops are working. Similarly, we started even discussing about the arrays. We saw single dimensional arrays. Yesterday even we created 2 arrays, I think. So single dimensional, even in this example, it is creating for us a string array as well as a file objects array also. In the first case, string array, second one is file objects array, it's created. So using for each loop, we are iterating over the array. The array advantages are, first of all, they provide us the type safety. That means one particular type of data only we can keep in the array. But disadvantages are the arrays cannot be growing dynamically. Once you allocate some size, you cannot change it. So neither you can shrink it nor you can make it growing. So you have limitations with the arrays. But arrays are what? They provide us the type safety. One particular type of data only we can put in the array. Whatever type of data you want to push into array, it's not possible to be pushed like that. So therefore, arrays are a collection. We can think it as collection. So here it contains similar type of elements. They are called as heterogeneous elements. We can homogeneous elements we keep in the array, and the array size once allocated cannot grow, nor it can shrink. And using length property, we can find how many elements are in the given array, and we can iterate over the array with the help of the index, starting from 0 to very last index, that is going to be size -1. Like that, we can iterate over the given array. Even using for each loop also we can iterate, but in such cases we don't require any index kind of thing. One by one element can be automatically retrieved here with the help of the for each loop. So we have seen these loops and we saw even the one-dimensional arrays. Now next thing, today we are going to discuss about the two-dimensional arrays. So we discuss about two-dimensional arrays. So an array normally can be declared like this: data type, followed by here data type, then we declare the empty square brackets. 2 sets of square brackets are required, followed by here array name, array variable name. Then after this equal to, we try to write new, followed by here it is data type. Like this, we can be declaring here new data type. Then here we specify the size. We can put m. The second thing you can put n. Like this, we can be declaring here the number of rows and columns. We enter like this number of rows and columns, so we can declare a two-dimensional array in this. This is going to be two-dimensional arrays. number of elements in this array is going to be m into n. M multiplied with n it is. And in the case of two-dimensional array, every row contains same number of columns. In contrast to ragged array, in the ragged array, the number of columns can change from one row to another row. But here this is what the number of columns are fixed for all the rows. Once you allocate size, every row contains here same number of columns. An array can be declared like this. We can declare an array in this way. This is a two-dimensional array. It can contain number of rows and columns. This can be contained here a number of rows and columns. So using length method, we can find length property. We can find how many elements are in the given array. Suppose you take array variable dot length. When you say, it gives in the first dimension how many elements are. Similarly, when you take here array variable followed by here index 0 dot get length. When you say how many columns are available, in each in rows, it can find for us. Array variable 0 dot length can give you number of columns, whereas array variable dot length can give you number of rows. So this is going to be with the two-dimensional arrays. Declare data type followed by array variable name. This is equal to new data type mn. M is number of rows, n is number of columns here. So total elements are going to be m multiplied with n. We have here m multiplied with n. M into n rows we find in the given array. So here array variable dot length can give you number of elements in the given array. With the help of this array variable dot length can give you number of elements in the given array. Similarly, but in the first dimension, when you take array variable of 0 dot length, when you say, it gives you number of columns in the given array. So since it's a two-dimensional array, it contains here equal number of columns in every row. It does not change. Number of columns from one row to another row does not change. Number of columns are going to be fixed in this when you declare an array variable like this. Let us work on the two-dimensional array, a matrix operation we try to perform. After that, we can be working with a variable length array or jogged array or ragged array. This is a new Java project here. In this, we specify matrix operations. Try to make this application. This one is a new class here. Put it as just matrix. This one is a main method. Now this one is a main method here. In this main method, let us declare an array which contains here integers. Declare int followed by nums. This is equal to new int. Specify something like 5 rows and 4 columns. Like this, we can declare the size of the array. So this is going to be here total 5 rows and 4 columns. Total number of elements are going to be in this 20. You can find number of elements as 20 in this array. So 5 rows and 4 columns we have in this. Now let us try to generate some random numbers into the given array here. Put import, then write java.util.star. We use here this package, util package we use here. So using util package, we allocate now elements, we assign elements into this. We have allocated size for it, number of rows and number of columns we allocated for this. Next, let us try to here assign elements See, I'm using here random class. Reason, it can pick randomly. Otherwise, we need to enter from the keyboard. We need to enter from keyboard. So instead of that, we can just pick randomly the numbers. Use a random class followed by some random object we create. Then this is a new random. We put like this. We created here a random object. Then we need to put values into the given array. So take here in this for loop we use in the for loop put like this int I comma j, normal convention we follow in mathematics, same we use I equal to 0, I less than nums dot length. We can take here then this is I plus plus, we put like this, and inside this another for loop let us use. We need to iterate over rows, we need to iterate over columns also. So in every row you have columns, that means once for every row, how many times we need to iterate? 4 times we need to iterate. So total iterations are going to be 20 in this. So first we take the first row, in the first row we need to fill all the columns. Then we take the second row, we fill all the columns. We take third row, then fill all the columns. How long we continue? From 0 to here 4. So total 5 iterations for rows. Next one for columns, let us take another for loop we use. Then using another for loop, we try to retrieve here int j. J is 0. Then try to print here second dimensional length. Nums of 0, then dot length we can put here. Length we take it. Then here j plus plus. Put like this. This is what j less than we should put here. The j plus plus. After that, try to assign the data. Nums of this is I followed by j. This equal to here. Try to assign some data using random object here. Dot next int. Next integer we retrieve here, pass an argument. The argument is here some 100. Up to 100 we can be picking here numbers. Like this we created an array. So we created array. This contains 5 rows and 4 columns. We created random object. Using random object, now we are going to fill data into the array. So the array is containing 5 rows and 4 columns. Therefore, total we need to iterate here 20 times. We have used 2 for loops. One for loop is nested in the other for loop. It is called as nested for loops. So in the outer for loop, it is going to iterate just 5 times only. Starting from 0 to num dot length. It can give you 5. 5 minus 1, 5 that is. So 0 to 4, it's going to iterate. So 5 iterations outer for loop. Once for every row, once for every value of I here, it's going to be iterating 4 times. Starting from 0 to 3, 4 times. So total number of iterations are going to be therefore 20 it's going to have. Then after that, try to print the value here in this. So here system dot out dot println. Try to print the array is, then once again system dot out dot println here. Try to put in this kind of thing. Okay. So one by one, let us try to print again. Same for loop we take, but in a different way. Let us try to print here. So I just use here print system dot out dot print. With print itself, I would like to print this is nums of I, then followed by j, then we put plus here. Depending on certain condition, either comma we put tab space, either tab space or new line we need to put after this. So depending on that, here write j equal to nums of 0 minus dot length minus 1. If this is minus 1, in such cases we need to print here. We have to print here. If it is a question mark, then in such cases we need to print /n. Otherwise, it has to be /t. If it is if the column equal to 3, what we do in such case, we should move print header to next line. Otherwise, if it is column is less than 3, 0 or 1 or 2, we print a tab. So with the help of that, we try to print in rows and columns on the screen. So we try to perform here some matrix operation. We have total rows and columns are 5 rows and 4 columns in every row. Total elements are going to be 20. So let us try to now here print it. It's printing like this. Array is 94, 75, 31, 91, then 63, 4, 73, 31. So this way it's finding out for us it's printing for us array. It is picking random numbers, then after that it's printing for us an array. So in the matrix format it's showing for us number of rows and number of columns. It is taking here. Every row contains 4 columns and total number of rows are going to be 5 here. So 5 rows and 4 columns it's printing for us. Now on this, what we do, we try to find out here in this the maximum number. We need to find out here the maximum number in which row and in which column it is. We need to find out. So in what row and what column the maximum number is. At the same time, the minimum number is in which row and which column. We need to find out that. So here my requirement is you have number of rows and number of columns like this. We need to find out here the maximum number and here the minimum number from the given array. Okay, so in which row, which column it is. Now let us try to find out. Here itself, while printing, we can find out that. For that purpose, I declare on the top like int max num. Then one more thing is here int min num followed by row num. Then this is column num. Like this we take and try to find out that. We have to find out here maximum number, then minimum number, then row number and column number. We have to find out from this. So what is the maximum number, what is the minimum number, and what is the row number and what is the column number, we need to find out here in this. For that purpose, we use like this. Initially, we can assign with the 0. The values we can take as 0 in this. Wherever we declare, there itself we try to assign 0. Here also we take 0, then here also it can be 0 for us. Column also it is here 0. Okay, inside this, let us try to write simply like this. If what we write in this, we are going to write nums of I comma j, if it is greater than, it is exactly what max num. In such cases, we need to assign here the maximum number in this max num equal to, it can be, so this is going to be in this maximum equal to, try to put here nums of I then followed by j here. We can put like this. Then row number row num equal to, put it as I plus 1, and similarly col num equal to, this is what j plus 1, we use this way. We are declaring therefore I plus 1 and j plus 1 like this we have declared. These are declared here. So maximum number equal to nums of I comma j, row number equal to I plus 1, column number equal to j plus 1. Like this we have here made. Now at the end of this we should be printing here what is the maximum number, what is the minimum number, we haven't found out, because here we need to take here row numbers can be changing, column number can be changing, because they cannot be in the same row and same column. We need to have other variables for that. So I'm just finding out here, so maximum number in this, in which row and which column it is I want to find. Here write system dot, then out dot println. Try to print in this the maximum number, maximum in array is, put here plus followed by nums, this maximum we put here, then plus it is here, comma we put, then next step is the row is here, in this row number we take, then similarly plus we put here, and column is put here column. Like this we can set it. So this way we can print here in which row exactly we find it. Let us try to run what it shows. See, it says here the maximum number in array is 98, the row is 4 and column is 1, it is saying. So maximum number seems to be 98. This is the 4th row and 1st column. In the 4th row, 1st column we find it. Total number of rows are here 5. So in the 4th row, 1st column we are finding the maximum number in this. We can find it as here something like 98 in this. Once again if we run, we find it as 99 and row is 3, column is 2. In the 3rd row, in the 2nd column we have 99. Okay, so maximum number in array is 72, the row is 2 and column is 2, like this. In the 2nd row, 2nd column we find it, 72 is here. Now using this one we try to find out the expected average of numbers followed by here actual average of the numbers. Let us try to find out. We try to find out here the expected average and maximum average here. Expected average I am calculating, I take maximum number and I take minimum number, I add them, try to divide them with the numbers here, total numbers how many, based on that I want to find out expected average. But actual average I take each and every number, I add them and divide with the total numbers, with that I can be finding there the actual average. So whether expected average is exceeding actual average or not, we can find out in this. Okay, whether actual average is exceeding the expected average or expected average is say exceeding the actual average, we need to find out. When expected average is if it is greater than actual average, it is below performance. When actual average is greater than expected average, your performance is better. You can come to such conclusions. So I try to make here some actual average and expected average. Like that I try to make in this. In the same way, try to find out minimum number also therefore. So for that, here I use min row, other thing is max row. And next thing, I declare here double followed by actual expected average, exp avg is equal to 0. Then one more thing here, it is actual AVG equal to, again it is 0. Like this you can take it. So this way I am going to take the expected AVG and actual AVG. In the same way we find here minimum and maximum values also. Take here, just write here less than min num. So here write min num equal to like this. Then from here we will be choosing min row and max row. Min row, sorry, min row. This is min call. Sorry, this is not max row. Min call. Just like this. This can be called as here min call. This way, trying to find out this. Sorry. It is okay. It's not column, but exactly this is column is fine. Okay, min call this is, and this one is here min number, min num we've set. The top we declared, that is okay. Then what is the problem with this? This is and this is here min call. We use like this. Like this we can use. Then in this, every time we should be finding here average. So for this purpose, same variable I use actual AVG. Later on we can calculate with this itself. Plus equal to, take this value, try to add it. Take this value, then try to add in this. Okay, we take it and try to add this. Then here we calculate the end of the loop. What is the expected average? EXP AVG, this is equal to, take it as min num plus max num divided by 20.0. Like this we can take it. But these we have to put within the brackets. Otherwise, maximum number simply it can be divided first, then the result will be added there. So we take this minimum number, maximum number, then we try to do it. Then actual AVG we take here. Actual AVG, this is equal to here actual AVG plus actual AVG divided by 20.0. With this we calculate. Number of elements are 20. Like that we can take. Or else instead of hard coding like this, we can put this way. So this is matrix. Sorry, matrix is nothing but nums here. Nums dot length multiplied with here. We can write nums of 0 dot length. Like this you can take number of elements. This way we can use. Like that also we can calculate. Since we know the size as 20, we are taking, but dynamically it can be resolved like this. If we don't know size, we can find out with that. Paste like this. At the end of this, we print here the maximum, the expected average, actual average, and difference we find. So here write system.out.println. Put it as the expected average. Expected average. Then this is here EXP AVG. Similarly, we take here actual average. actual average. This is going to be actual AVG. So put in this. After this, what we do, we can print in this expected average, actual average, then followed by in this we can find here whether it is exceeding or not. I mean performance, the performance we can find system dot out dot performance println. So the average performance is put here. Then in this we can specify condition exp avg greater than it is actual avg. In such cases below average, then colon we can put here actual performance exceeds. Like this we are going to print. So this way we have created, we put a plus here. So now with the help of this we can find out the average, expected average, we get actual average, then we are trying to compare. So whether it's below average or above average we can find out. Let us try to execute this here. The max number in array is 99, the row is 0 and column is 3, the expected average is 76.0, actual average is 708.0, the average performance is performance is below average. Expected exceeds average performance. Like this meaningful content we can show in that. So once again if we run, probably but every time it's giving like this. Expected is 76 but actual average is 820.8. How many times you may try, it always exceeds. And we haven't printed here the minimum number where it is. The min-num in array is min-num, this is, and other thing it is here min row and min column, and this is here min column. Like this we are trying to print it. Okay, it's not initialized, because of that we have it there, the problem 0 we initialize. Here also we try to initialize this. Like this now it's going to be working for us. We can check here, then we check here. The maximum in array is 97, the row is 0 and column is 1. It's saying row is 0 and column is 1. How it can be 0 row? What I am giving in that. I think this is row number. What I am printing in this row number, that is. Okay. Something which is row number we put. like this. We created main row, and this is fine. So maximum in array is 94. Says row is 2, column is 4. 94 we get like this. And minimum in array is 0. The row is 0 and column is 0, it is saying, but there is no 0 value in this. How it is giving like this? This can never be meeting the condition, because we kept that 0, it can never meet condition. So that is going to be meeting condition, but this cannot meet the condition in this. So right here, if condition, if I is 0 and j is 0, in such cases min num equal to, try to set as nums of I comma j. Let us take this very first number, let us assume. That can be better. This time it can be working perfectly for us. So it's printing for us maximum number is 99. The row is 5 and column is 2. Fifth row, second column, that is 99 we get. And minimum is 0. The row is 2 and column is 8. It says, speaking here, second row and third column, the value is 0. Expected average is 96. Actual average is 921.6. So this way it's speaking for us different types of here averages. So it's speaking for us the maximum number and the minimum number, in which row, which column it is, it can be finding out for us. So like this we would make actually the use of the two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array is declared like this. So using the data type followed by two sets of empty square brackets, nums equal to new int followed by rows and columns. Like this we specified here the array size. It contains 5 rows and 4 columns. Total number of columns are here 4, number of rows are going to be 5. So total you have in this 20 elements. So like this here we are trying to print the array. Any questions on this, please? Okay. So here with the help of the nums.length you can get the size of the first dimension, and nums of 0.length can give you second dimension. Now let us try to transpose this. Let us try to transpose this particular thing. That means rows into columns and columns into rows. Let us try to convert this. Transposing is nothing but converting rows into columns. So using same logic, let us try to convert rows into columns and columns into rows in this. But what is the problem we face in this? Okay, so take here once again the for loop in this. After this try to transpose. First of all put system dot out dot println the transposed matrix. Transposed matrix is put like this. We'll try to put the matrix here. Just take the for loop. Using this for loop we do then in this we use this but we need to convert rows into columns here. Rows into columns and columns into rows. With that we can do this one. So therefore here we write nums of 0 dot length here, then in this write nums dot length. Put like this, then here we can make it as j, the second thing is here I, like this we can put it. Okay, and here this is what nums of 0 j equal to, then put this as here I equal to. Otherwise we put j equal to this as here nums dot length. In such cases you should print. So when we transpose, row should come, row should be columns and columns should be rows for us. Try to run this. Now whether it's converting or not, see in this. We have the 32, 10, 77, 28. They were the 4 columns in the rows. Okay, so those column elements must be now part of the row there. They are now horizontal, they were previously. Now you have shown them vertically, 32, 10, 77, 28. Take the second row. In the case of second row, 7, 88, 40, 21. Now we can show here vertically 7, 88, 40 and 21. Third one, 7, 60, 48, 0. So we put here 7, 60, 48, 0 here. Fourth one, 40, 16, 75, 71. We show now vertically. Similarly, last one also we have put in the same way. So like this, we could transpose the given matrix from rows into columns and columns into rows using this logic here. Using this logic, we could convert the given rows into columns and columns into rows. So this is basically for converting the matrix from the original form to transposing. So we got now transposed matrix in this with the help of the second for loop, second time, with the help of the second for loop. So we have transposed the array in the matrix into here. From the normal matrix to transposed matrix we converted. Rows have become columns and columns become now rows in this. So here like this you can be manipulating the two-dimensional arrays. Normally when you deal with the two-dimensional arrays, matrix only they use. Using matrix only you can understand well. Here how columns are appearing, how rows are appearing, how you can find the length of the first dimension, second dimension. So like this is with the arrays. We have taken a matrix example, with that we could do it. In the first case, we are finding out maximum, minimum, then actual average, then expected average, we found out like that. Similarly, we transpose the given matrix, rows into columns and columns into rows in this. Any questions on this? Why I am trying to use this /n and /t? What is the necessity of this? Here I can just print, but why I am using here /n and /t here? So whenever I come to the last column, I have to move cursor into next line, therefore /n I put. But whenever it is not the last column, therefore in such cases I can move in the same line by one tab space. Using tab space, further I advance in the same line. Println and print you have both. With print, it prints in the same line. Print header is also going to be the same line. But when you use println, print header moves into next line. So in order to retain the print header in the same line, we can use print. But once you print the rows elements, row is completed, you have to start a new row. Therefore, print header has to move into next row. For that purpose, we use /n. This is a condition we have taken. J equal to nums.length minus 1. So whenever j is the last column in that, I just want to go to next line there. /n I can put, I can go into next row. In the next row, we can print. Otherwise, if the condition is not getting satisfied, it can print tab space. With that, the print header is going to advance by one tab space. So like that, this code is going to be working for us. Understood this concept here? Why I use /n and /t here. /n is a new line, /t is a tab space. Vihari, have any questions, please?
No, Sridhar.
So this is basically for a two-dimensional array. We are manipulating here a two-dimensional array with the 5 rows and 4 columns. We have done. Here we picked random numbers. We picked random numbers. That way we made it working. Yesterday we were working with a single-dimensional array in which we were retrieving the file names. String array we declared. One more thing is what file objects also we retrieved, and we were printing the type of file, ordinary file or directory file we were printing yesterday. Okay, let us work with the next thing is a jogged array, ragged array, or it can be variable length array we can create. Shall we do today or tomorrow shall we do it? Already I think it is 9:46. My time is going to be for you around I think 11:30. Shall we do today or shall we do tomorrow? We'll do it tomorrow then, please.
Okay, sir.
Because some more also Uday and they are also missing. We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay,
With
Sridhar.
the same ID, then I'll be logging in tomorrow then with the previous ID only that I log in. Because for this
Okay.
actually some time got wasted today.